If you lost your iPhone today, or worse, if someone stole it, would your information be protected? Your photos, your messages, your email, your bank apps, your Apple account, all of that is connected to this one little device. But the good news is your iPhone already has some powerful security settings built in. You just need to make sure they're turned on. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 iPhone security settings every senior should check today. And don't worry, we're going to go slowly, step by step, and I'll explain what each setting does in plain English. If we haven't met, I'm Ellen, and I help seniors learn how to use their iPhones and iPads step by step in a way that actually makes sense. And before we get started, I also want to mention my iPhone and iPad Confidence Club. Inside the club, I share extra step-by-step videos, printable PDF guides, and monthly support to help you feel more confident using your iPhone and iPad. You'll have access to this 24/7 along with live Q&As every month. So if you like the way I explain things here on YouTube and you'd like a little more help, you'll find the link below this video in the video description or right now above my head. Now let's start with one of the most important security settings you can turn on today. The first setting I want you to check is called Stolen Device Protection. This is one of the most important security settings on your iPhone, especially if you ever use your iPhone in public. Here's why it matters. If someone steals your iPhone and somehow knows your passcode, Stolen Device Protection makes it much harder for them to change important settings, like your Apple account password or your device passcode. Apple says it does this by requiring Face ID or Touch ID for certain sensitive actions with no passcode fallback for these actions. So here's how to check this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to open up the Settings app. Now I want you to be sure that you're on the main settings page, so it'll say Settings at the top. Scroll down until you see Privacy and Security. Tap on that. Now we're going to scroll towards the bottom and we're going to look for Stolen Device Protection. Make sure that it's turned on, as you can see mine is. And then you're going to have some options, and it says Require Security Delay. If you're comfortable, I would recommend choosing Always if it's available, because that gives you stronger protection even when you're away from familiar locations. This one setting could make a big difference if your iPhone is ever stolen, because what happens is if somebody tries to change your passcode, they have to wait at least an hour before your iPhone will allow them to do it. So if you're comfortable choosing Always, that means even you, when you want to change your passcode, will have to wait an hour. Or you can choose Away from Familiar Locations, meaning that if you're at home or at work, your iPhone knows these locations and will allow you to change it. But make sure that you have Stolen Device Protection on and then decide which one to choose. The second setting is Find My iPhone. This is the setting that helps you locate your iPhone if it's lost or stolen, but it only works if it's turned on before the phone goes missing. Apple specifically notes that Find My must be turned on before the device is lost in order to locate it. So to check it, again, I'm inside of the Settings app on the main settings page. Tap your name at the top. Now tap on Find My, and you want to make sure that you have Find My turned on and then tap into that. Once you do, make sure to turn on Find My Network and Send Last Location. Those are two very important settings because here's how I would explain this simply. Find My iPhone helps you locate your phone. Find My Network can help locate it even if it's offline. And Send Last Location sends Apple the last known location when the battery is very low. This is one of those settings you hope you never need, but if you do need it, you'll be very glad it was turned on. Setting number 3 is two-factor authentication. That sounds complicated, but it simply means your Apple account needs two things before someone can sign in on a new device: your password and a verification code. Apple explains that two-factor authentication helps prevent others from accessing your Apple account, even if they know your password. So, to check this, again, inside the Settings app, now we're going to tap your name at the top, and now tap in Sign In and Security. Takes a few seconds, and now we want to locate two-factor authentication, which you can see here. And mine is turned on, but I'm going to click into it. And so here you're going to see, for most people, this will already be on, but I still want you to know where it is. And so once I've tapped into it, this is what gives you those 6-digit verification codes when you sign in somewhere new. And while it may feel like an extra step, it's one of the best ways to protect your Apple account. But here comes the but. If you only have one device, say an iPhone or an iPad, how can you use two-factor authentication? Well, to use two-factor authentication, you need at least one trusted phone number on file where you can receive verification codes. If you have multiple phone numbers, consider using one not associated with your iPhone as the additional trusted device. So as you see, I have a whole bunch of trusted devices listed here because these are the devices I own, and Apple can send a verification code to any one of them. But if you're only using one device, you want to make sure that one of the trusted phone numbers is a phone number where you'll be able to receive the verification codes required to access your account if it's missing or damaged. Setting number 4 is to add a recovery contact. This setting is one many people skip, but I think it's especially helpful for seniors. It's called a recovery contact because it allows you to put someone else that you trust that will help you get your Apple account back if you ever forget your password or get locked out. Apple says a recovery contact can help make sure you always have access to your account, even if you forget your Apple account password or device passcode. So here's how to set it up. Again, remain inside the Settings app. You're going to tap your name at the top. We're now going to tap Sign In and Recovery. Give it a couple of seconds. And now we're going to scroll down to where it says Recovery Contacts. You'll see that I already have one inside of there, but I'm going to tap on it. And I actually have another device, so I just used that device to be my recovery contact. But that device is on a different Apple ID. So you can't set it up with your own Apple ID. What you want to do is add someone that you trust. So this should be someone reliable, maybe an adult child, a spouse, a close friend, or someone you trust with important technology matters. They do not get access to your account. They cannot see your photos, messages, or any private information. They are simply someone who can help you recover your account if you get locked out. So it's a great setting to take care of, before there's ever a problem. So you would tap on Add a Recovery Contact and then go through and follow the prompts that are given to you. So pick a recovery person, or it gives you some options. You can choose someone else. So if I tap on someone else, it brings me into my contact information. I can hit the plus sign and scroll through and find that contact. Do this before you have an issue. Setting number 5 is use a strong passcode. Many people use a 4-digit passcode because it's easy to remember, but a longer passcode is safer. I'm one of those people that uses a 4-digit passcode to quickly get into my device, but really, a longer passcode is much safer. Apple allows several passcode options, including a 6-digit code, a custom numeric code, or a custom alphanumeric code with letters and numbers. Apple says the most secure options are custom alphanumeric code and custom numeric code. So, we want to open the Settings app. So again, we're inside the Settings app, scroll and tap on Face ID and passcode. Enter your current passcode. And then scroll down until you see the option that says Change Passcode. I'm going to go ahead for just for testing purposes. I'll tap on it. You're going to enter your passcode again. And now you'll see that the default is a 6-digit passcode. And Apple tells you that the next 72 hours, you can use your previous passcode to get in if you forget it. But after 72 hours, it becomes the new passcode that you set. If I tap on passcode options, now I have access to those stronger options that are available, the custom numeric code or the custom alphanumeric code. For many seniors, I think a good compromise is a longer custom numeric code, maybe 8 digits instead of 4 or 6. You want something that you can remember, but not something obvious like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or all zeros, or your birthday, your address, or the last 4 digits of your phone number. A stronger passcode protects everything on your phone. Setting number 6, check your Face ID settings. So again, we're inside the Settings app. And Face ID is what lets you unlock your iPhone just by looking at it. So open your Settings app, scroll down, tap on Face ID and passcode, enter your passcode, and now look at what Face ID is being used for. You may see options like Unlock iPhone, iTunes and App Store, contactless payments, which is for Apple Pay, password autofill, and then other apps. For most people, I recommend using Face ID for iPhone unlock and password autofill because it keeps things secure while still making your iPhone easier to use. Now, just know that by turning off iTunes and App Store and contactless payments, that you will probably have to enter your Apple ID password when you go to the iTunes Store or App Store to purchase something. So be aware of that, and if that's going to make it more difficult, you can toggle those switches on. Now there's one more Face ID setting I want you to check. So we are going to tap the back arrow in the upper left corner to come back to the main settings page. And now we're going to scroll towards the upper portion of the screen and tap on Accessibility. We're going to scroll down and we're going to look for Face ID and Attention. I'll tap on that. Look for Require Face ID and Attention Aware features. Apple says that this adds an extra level of security by unlocking your iPhone only when you're looking at it directly. If you are able to use this setting comfortably, I'd recommend leaving it alone. The exception would be if you have vision challenges or another accessibility need that makes this difficult. In that case, it's okay to adjust it. Security matters, but your iPhone also needs to work for you. Setting number 7, protect your lock screen privacy. Your lock screen is what someone can see before your iPhone is unlocked. Sometimes notifications can show private information like text messages, email previews, appointment reminders, or verification codes. So to protect that, we're going to open up the Settings app. I'm already on the main Settings page. We're going to scroll until we see Notifications. Go ahead and tap on Notifications and then tap on Show Previews. Choose When Unlocked. If Always is chosen, choose When Unlocked. That means your iPhone can still tell you that you have a message, but it won't show the private details until you unlock your phone. Let's take a look at one more lock screen area. I'm going to tap on the back arrow. I'm going to tap on it one more time to come back to the main Settings page. And now I'm going to look for Face ID and passcode. I'll tap on that. I'll enter my passcode. And we want to scroll down to the area that says Allow Access When Locked. So we're going to scroll down. And we come to this area that says Allow Access When Locked. Here you'll see things that can be accessed even when your phone is locked. So depending on your comfort level, you may want to turn off things like Control Center, Wallet, Reply with Message. Apple explains that these settings control what can be used from the lock screen while the iPhone is locked. You don't have to turn everything off, but I do recommend taking a minute to look at this list and ask yourself this question. Would I want someone to use this if they picked up my locked iPhone? If the answer is no, turn that toggle switch off. Setting number 8, use Safety Check. This is a powerful privacy and security tool Apple added for iPhone users with iOS 16 or newer. You want to open the Settings app, which we're already in the main Settings area. Tap on Privacy and Security, and now scroll down until you see Safety Check. Go ahead and tap on that. Apple says that Safety Check can help you review and manage sharing and access, including people, apps, devices, and Apple account information. You may see 2 main options: Emergency Reset and Manage Access and Sharing. For most people watching this video, I recommend starting with Manage Sharing and Access. This lets you review things calmly, step by step. You can check things like who you're sharing information with, which apps have access to your information, which devices are connected to your Apple account, and some important security details. This is especially helpful if you had help setting up your iPhone over the years and you're not completely sure what is being shared. You don't have to change anything today, but it's good to know where this is. So once you tap on Manage Sharing and Access, just follow the prompts as you go along. It makes it easy, but allows you to check everything that you're sharing. Setting number 9 is do a security check. This next one is what I like to call your iPhone security checkup. It's not just one button. It's a quick habit I recommend doing every so often. First, let's check the devices connected to your Apple account. So again, you're going to open the Settings app, make sure you're on the main settings page, tap your name at the top, scroll down, and you'll see a list of the devices signed in to your Apple account. Apple says this is where you can see where you're signed in. If you see an old iPhone, an old iPad, or a device you don't recognize, tap on it and review it carefully. If it's a device you no longer need, remove it from your account. Now, let's check your saved passwords. So I'm going to swipe out of the settings area completely, and I'm going to search for the Passwords app. Once I locate it, I'll tap on Passwords. I'm now going to tap on Security. The Password app can alert you if your saved passwords are weak, reused, or found in known data leaks. Don't panic if you see warnings here. This doesn't always mean someone is actively in your account. It usually means you have a password that should be changed. Start with the most important accounts first, like email, Apple account, banking, Medicare or insurance, shopping accounts with saved payment information. You don't have to fix everything in one day. Just start with one. Setting number 10, turn on automatic updates. So this is the final setting. Updates are not just about new features. Many updates include security fixes that help protect your iPhone. To check this setting, we're going to open the Settings app. We're going to tap on General. We're going to tap again on Software Update. And we're going to check here where it says Automatic Update. Right now, I have the toggle switch on for automatically install. You can choose to do that if you want to, but totally up to you. Apple says that your iPhone can download and install overnight while charging and connected to Wi-Fi. So if you toggle this switch on, it will automatically do that for you. If your iPhone shows system files or background security improvements, you want to make sure to toggle that switch on. Apple says that background security improvements began in iOS 26.1 and are designed to deliver smaller security fixes between regular software updates. This is one of the easiest ways to stay protected without having to remember to check all the time. I still recommend checking manually once in a while, but automatic updates are a very good safety net. Please don't feel like you have to do all of these at once. My suggestion is to start with the first three: stolen device protection, Find My iPhone, and two-factor authentication. This is a great place to begin. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up so YouTube knows to share it with more people who need it. And leave me a comment below and tell me, which setting are you going to check first? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.